Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com. This is what we're looking at today. The most stunning movie experience of the year. Well, that's what the poster says. So let's try and find out a little bit about the film Wave as a 15 certificate. It's 2 hours, 15 minutes, a sport romance drama. Directed by Trey Edward Schultz. It stars Kelvin Harrison Jr., Lucas Hedges, Taylor Russell, Alexa Demie, Renée, Elise, Goldsberry, and Sterling K. Brown. What's it about? Well, it's set against the vibrant landscape of South Florida. It traces the emotional journey of a suburban family as they navigate love, forgiveness, and coming together in the aftermath of a loss. A little bit of trivia about the movie. It was reported when the film was originally announced that it was going to be a musical. There is music in it, but only there's obviously background and there's obviously a nice musical score. If you're into not my sort of cup of tea, but if you're into that sort of thing, there's a good score with it. Trey Edward Schultz this is Trey Edward Schultz's third consecutive collaboration with the makers and distributors A24 following Krisha in 2015. It Comes at Night 2017. A24 have gained a really good reputation for independent movies in quite a reasonable short space of time. Is it any good? Well, critic-wise, Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 86%, which is pretty high. That's based on 174 reviews with an average rating of 7.95 out of 10, so almost 8 out of 10. And the site's consensus reads, an up-close look at one of a family's emotional ups and downs. Waves captures complicated dynamics with tenderness and grace. The Metascore critics rating, so this is the overall critics rating, is 8 out of 10, so again, still up there quite high. The Guardian's Benjamin Lee rated it the lowest, and the lowest rating was 6 out of 10. He actually wrote, so there are two films here. One is frightening and poignant, and the other tender but slight. The first one will haunt me, even if the second will fade. And a much more promising review was from the Hollywood Reporter's Sherry Linden. She was amongst those giving it a 10 out of 10. There's quite a number of 10 out of 10s. And she went on to say, technically, it wouldn't be wrong to call Waves a teen drama, but that generic label doesn't begin to convey the emotional scope of this tender, bruising, exuberant film. Internet Movie Database rating, so theirs is about 7.8 out of 10 again, so just a little bit short of 8 out of 10. I had a look at this on behalf of Movie Game Nostalgia, and there's I've looked at the reviews on the Internet Movie Database as well, and there are criticisms of the movie about the length, content, and I can fully understand those complaints. I can honestly say I don't think I'm in the target demographic for this movie, but in all fairness, as a cinema experience, I can see younger people coming a little bit bored with it. It is over 2 hours, but it's not just the length; it's the actual content. You know, there is good stuff, there's powerful stuff, but they are too many set. The scene, learn the family dynamic scenes that just slow the movie down, get into the good, powerful, gripping stuff. This is felt more so as it's actually two stories in one, as I think another critic said earlier on. I wanted to learn more about how the first story progressed rather than be confronted by a nicer, more wholesome second story, which it is. The first part sadly ended just when it had started to get going. Despite the family scenes, I never really felt I got to know the characters, which led me to being undecided to my feelings about them when things turned sour. To me, personally, it was just not interesting enough to sit through at the cinema, but with friends and the ability to chat or be on my mobile phone whilst watching at home, it just about becomes interesting. And I'm a little bit different to all the rest of the reviewers. I've only personally given it a 6 out of 10. As I said, I'm not in the demographic for it. I have tried to put my young head on and watch the film, but I just don't believe there is enough in it for to qualify and say it's two films in one, which I think one of the critics said. And I must admit, when the first part got interesting, it sort of ended and switched to another member of the family, and I didn't have any real love or desire to see any of the characters in it. I wasn't really involved and invested in many of them to actually care that much about what did happen, which is a shame because there are some really powerful, poignant moments in the film which do raise it above the average. But as I said, in my opinion, it was a little bit lacking in certain elements, and without watching the other two films by the director, I'll have to admit I've not watched the other two. This is a common theme. Then obviously I wouldn't particularly like the other two either, I don't think. A24, as I said, the makers and distributors, the backers for this, are getting a good reputation. All credit to them in this world. You know, it's nice to see a more independent filmmakers coming to the fore, isn't it? And younger directors and younger films. But as I say, I find it hard to see who it's appealing to, because I don't think the younger element would sit through a cinema experience unless they were doing other things, which, you know, in the UK, we don't like a lot of noise at the cinema. I don't know what the feelings are where you are in the US. I know it's usually a little bit noisy and usually a bit more vibrant, isn't it? I mean, in the UK, we like to sit quiet and watch a film rather than be on our phones or chatting away. So that's not the done thing over here. But as I said, there just wasn't enough in it for me for the length of time, and it's such a shame it wasn't. The story was diluted by two stories in one rather than concentrate on one real theme of a story. Anyway, that's the movie Waves, which is now, I think it's still out in the cinema now. So please, if you get a chance to watch it, you let me know what you think in the comments below, what you thought about Waves. As I said, I'll give it a 6 out of 10, which is well down on the average of 8.5, 9 out of 10 it's been getting from various sources, but sadly it wasn't one of my favorites, but I did give it a watchable rating. So for me, that's not too bad. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little review. Please push the subscribe button, push the bell notifications when you know when these reviews are coming out. Any thumbs up are always great. Please follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie, where I do blogs, etc. on there, and follow me on Facebook at Demie with links to movieGameNostalgia.com, my website for DVDs, posters and board games. So please have a look on there if you ever get a chance. That's fantastic. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all again very, very soon. What are you going to do with the rest of your day? Have a good one. Look after yourself, look after your friends, and more importantly, look after your family. This is Bernard saying goodbye till the next time. Bye-bye for now.